everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you guys a nail polish haul from Pretty Serious Cosmetics. This is an Australian indie nail polish brand and this is the first time I've actually ordered from them. I've had a running wish list for a while, but I finally decided to go ahead and get the polishes that I really wanted, and they were doing a pre-sale for some of their newer polishes that they just released. So first thing I have to say with shipping was pretty quick. I thought it was going to take a while, especially since it came from Australia, but I guess they have like a US distribution center. Packaging wise, it was all packaged really nicely. All of the nail polishes come in an individual box and it was wrapped with like tissue paper and all types of like protective filler inside of the box, so I didn't have any issue with shipping or packaging. So right off the bat, great first impression on Pretty Serious Cosmetics. And then when I opened up and I saw the individual boxes for all of these nail polishes, I was just in shock. Like, they're so gorgeous. So they all have these gorgeous boxes, and I guess the theme of the box changes depending on like what collection it is. So they have a little caricature on the side of the box, and like you can see, it does change depending on what collection I guess the nail polish is from. This is like their standard one. This is from the Princess Plutonium collection, and this one looks like it's Halloween themed. I didn't pick up a polish from every single collection, so I don't know how many different boxes they have, but I'm not getting rid of these boxes. I'm definitely keeping them. They're adorable. They do have the name of the polish on each box and a window so you can see through the polish, which I thought was awesome for being able to store them inside of the box. So let's go ahead and get into the polishes that I actually purchased. And the very first one that I purchased is called Can't Take the Sky, and this is one of their the nail polishes that I purchased on pre-sale, so I actually got a little bit of a discount on this polish. And this is, I guess, their take on the Pantone colors of the year. This is just a serene blue cream polish. It is a special edition polish. If you go on their website, it's going to be listed under special edition. This is a really gorgeous color. I didn't pick up the pink one because I have several polishes already in my collection, but I didn't have any blue ones from the Pantone color of the year. I have one that's close from Zoya, but I wanted to pick this one up because I don't have any blue creams like this. And this is just a gorgeous formula. The formula is very smooth and not streaky. I didn't have any problems with the handle or the brush being too short or too wide. It was really easy to apply the nail polish with this brush. So far I'm really impressed with the creams from Pretty Serious. I've actually heard really good things about their creams, so it wasn't something I wasn't expecting. I was expecting for it to have a good formula already, based on the reviews I've seen from other YouTubers. So the next three polishes that I picked up are all from their Serious Business collection. And again, I got these three off of their pre-sale, so I was able to get these at a little bit of a discount. These all have names that are like inspired by, I'm assuming inspired by like YouTube videos or YouTube words that you would use when you're doing like a nail polish haul or describing nail polishes. So the very first one that I picked up is called Dupe, and this is a blue jelly base with pink, blue, gold, and purple glitters, and it also has these like glass flecks in here. This is a really gorgeous polish. It took 2 coats to be fully opaque. However, one thing I will say about this polish is it is a little bit on the thicker side. The base is a little bit on the thicker side. And I'm assuming because it has so many glitters in there, it was a little bit, I wouldn't say difficult to work with, but you just had to be careful. You do have to manipulate some of these polishes. So I didn't really have too much issue with this polish, but you may want to consider sponging on this polish versus brushing it on, because again, it is a little bit of a thicker formula, but absolutely gorgeous polish. I'm happy that I picked this one up. So the next polish that I picked up is called Epic Haul, and when I first saw this polish online, I thought it was just going to be a green cream polish, but I liked the color of the green, so I decided to pick it up. And in person, I realized that it actually has this like gold shimmer running throughout the polish, and it has a pink shift to it. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it in the bottle shot and during my swatches, but this took 2 coats to be fully opaque. It has a very similar formula to the first cream polish that I swatched. It's very smooth, easy to apply. I didn't have any issues with any of the cream formulas in this entire haul. So you guys are going to hear me say over and over again how I really like the cream formulas, because it's a very, very nice and smooth formula. So the next polish that I picked up is called HTF, or Hard to Find, and this is a black jelly base with gold flakies and glass flecks. It also has this like very fine shimmer running throughout the polish. This is one polish that I would say would definitely benefit from a black base coat, and the reason I say this is it's actually a gorgeous polish. However, it took 4 coats to be fully opaque. At first, I wasn't really impressed with this polish. When I first put it on, it just seemed a little watery. The flakies weren't really showing up, in my opinion. It wasn't until I got to about the 3rd coat where I could really start to see those flakies stand out. And by the 4th coat, I was like, oh, okay, I can actually see what the nail polish was supposed to look like. And again, that's the reason I say that this polish may benefit from a black base coat, because you'll be able to see those flakies possibly stand out, and those iridescent like flecks in here. It's really pretty with all of those glass flecks and flakies in there, but I don't necessarily know if this nail polish is worth the trouble for me personally. If this is a polish that you think you'll enjoy because of all of the flakies and flecks in there, like I said, it is really pretty, but it's just not the polish for me. I'm still glad I picked it up because it is a unique polish. I haven't really seen anything like this, and I'm glad I have it in my collection. So the next 2 polishes I picked up are from the Post-Apocalyptic Princess collection, and I first put these on my wish list when I saw Miss Holly Berries from here on YouTube do a haul, swatch, and review on these, and I immediately fell in love with them. And these 2 polishes are actually the reason why I've been wanting, or I first became interested in Pretty Serious, and I wanted to pick up their polishes. So the first one is called an Uzi from Daddy, and this is a purple cream with silver and purple shimmer throughout the polish, and it also has these navy blue glitters with glass flecks in there. I think this is an absolutely stunning polish. It took 2 coats to be fully opaque. The formula again was very smooth and easy to work with. This polish is just so gorgeous. That shimmer makes the polish shift from like a purple to a pink, and then those blue glitters are very, very apparent. One thing that's really nice about this polish is that shimmer is actually very apparent on the nails once it fully dries. This does dry down a little bit matte, not super matte, but just a little bit, so you are going to need a top coat if you want to give it that glossy effect. But even with a matte top coat, this is just a beautiful polish. The second polish that I picked up from the Post-Apocalyptic Princess collection is Princess Plutonium, and this polish is just completely up my alley. It's a hot pink cream polish with these black shard glitters in there, and they're matte shard glitters, and there's just something about this polish that it's edgy. It's girly because it's hot pink, but it's also edgy because of those black shard glitters. And I can see what Miss Holly Berries was talking about when she was raving about this polish. This is pretty much a rocker girl in a bottle. It makes you feel girly, again, because of the hot pink, but it still has that edginess to it where it just makes you feel like a rock star. One thing I will have to say about the glitters in here is that sometimes they they bend or they don't quite lay flat on the nail. So you may have to either flatten or remove some of those shards that stick up, but you do have to be careful of that if you don't want like, I guess, texture on your nail or getting caught on something. But other than that, this is just absolutely beautiful. It took 2 coats to be fully opaque. Really easy to work with. I didn't feel like I had to manipulate any of those glitters. The glitters sit nicely in the bottle, so you don't have to worry about the glitters like sinking down to the bottom of the bottle. I didn't have a problem with that at all. So I was so excited to pick up that polish. The next 2 polishes that I picked up are from the Museum of Nailentology, and the first one is actually also a recommendation from Miss Holly Berries here on YouTube, and this is Blood of Knossos. It's Knossos, and this is just a murky army green. It's kind of like a swamp water green with a whole bunch of gold shimmer running throughout the polish. This reminded me of those 2 China Glaze Halloween polishes. One is called Zombie Zest, and the other one is, I honestly can't remember the second one off the top of my head. But there are these 2 China Glaze nail polishes that were really, really popular because they were kind of like this, like, zombie flesh murky green type of color, and this is a pretty much like a simplified version of that. It doesn't have those glass flecks that the China Glaze polishes were famous for, but it reminded me so much of that. I really like these colors for Halloween. My birthday is actually in October, so I always have a Halloween party in for my birthday, and for that reason, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays because it's so close to my birthday. I really like to dress up and go all out for Halloween, and one of the things that I really, really enjoy is wearing like crazy Halloween polishes. So I wanted to pick this one up because to me this is a Halloween nail polish. One of the nice things about this in comparison to the China Glaze polishes is this actually has a beautiful formula. So this only took 2 coats to be fully opaque, and it was really, really easy to work with. There were no streaks, and when it dries, it actually dries really glossy, so it kind of looks like glass on top of your nails. I didn't even have to apply a top coat, and this was extremely glossy. So I'm so excited that I picked this one up and that it's in my collection. And the second polish that I picked up is called the Singing Seed. This one is a green and gold micro glitter in a clear base, and it has these gold bar glitters in here. This took 3 to 4 coats to be fully opaque, and the reason I say 3 to 4 is that last coat that I did, I really had to sit there and pack it on thick and kind of manipulate those glitters to fill in the bald spots. So this is potentially a polish that may require for you to sponge it on or possibly layer something underneath in order for you to fully build up the polish. When I first started applying the polish, the very first coat that I did, it was so sheer that I didn't think this polish was going to build up at all. But I was able to build it up, and it does look beautiful once you build it up. But it's going to take a little bit of work and a little bit of maneuvering of those glitters to make sure that all of your bald spots are fully filled in. But the end results are beautiful. The next polish that I picked up is from the Killer Fangirls collection, and I was actually really excited to pick this one up. So there's 3 polishes in this collection. One is called Crystal Lake, one is called Elm Street, and this one is called Haddonfield for Halloween. All 3 of these come with like a special postcard with artwork on it that are each themed based on the 3 movies that they're based off of or inspired from. And unfortunately, I didn't receive mine with this nail polish, but I contacted customer service and they said they were going to send it to me, because that's actually one of the reasons that I picked up this polish. My husband and I are both horror movie fanatic. So when I saw that they created these 3 nail polishes that were inspired by these 3 horror movies, and they had this exclusive like artwork that went along with it, I was super excited to pick this one up. But I started with Halloween. I am going to pick up the other 2, but Halloween is my favorite old school horror movie. So this is an orange jelly base with large orange glitters, orange micro glitter, and black shard glitters. This is just so pretty. It did take 3 coats to be fully opaque. When I did the second coat, there were still some spots that needed to be filled in just a little bit. So I decided to do a thin 3rd coat just to kind of even everything out. But this is absolutely gorgeous. This polish has kind of like that squishy quality because it has that jelly base, so you can really see all of the glitters kind of floating around in the polish. At least that's what it looks like to me. And this is another polish that I'm really excited to wear in October for Halloween. I actually might wear this on Halloween Day because, like I said, Halloween is one of my favorite horror movies, so I may actually wear this on Halloween Day. That's how excited I am to have this polish in my collection. So the last 2 polishes that I picked up, I actually picked up from the sale section. And last time I checked, which was about a day or 2 ago, they were still in the sale section. So I didn't see these as part of any collection. I'm not sure what original collection they were from, but I do know that they are in the sale section right now. So the very first one that I picked up is called Venomous. And this is multiple sizes of bright blue and lime green glitters in a clear base. I picked up this nail polish because it reminded me of the Deborah Lippmann nail polish Across the Universe, and there's been a couple of dupes for it. I believe Orly has one called Mermaid Tales. Sally Hansen has one. I think it's called Mermaid Dreams or Mermaid Tales or something like that. And I picked this up because it just seems like a much more intense version of Deborah Lippmann's Across the Universe, and I was definitely right. Deborah Lippmann's polish, or that polish that I'm talking about that everyone's duped, has a blue jelly base in it. This one has a clear base, so you can see the glitters a lot more. You can use this as a dense glitter topper, but I was able to build this up in 2 to 3 coats depending on how much you maneuver the glitters around, because this is going to need a little bit of manipulation. So you can sponge this polish on instead of brushing it on, but this is absolutely gorgeous. I love blue and green. That's one of my favorite combinations. Blue is my favorite color, but the blue and the lime green, there's just something about that combination that just, I have to have every polish that has a blue and green combination in it. So the very last polish that I picked up is called Daphne's Disco Party. And this polish has multicolored neon glitters, and they're matte neon glitters with this hot pink neon micro glitter and pink iridescent glass flecks in it in an orange jelly base. This is such a cool polish. It really is just like a bright neon disco party on your nails. This took about 2, maybe 3 coats to be fully opaque. It's like Venomous, where it depends on how thick of a coat you apply. It depends on how much manipulation you do. I don't think this one could be sponged on because you have that orange jelly base. So maybe if you lay down like an orange base and then put this on top, maybe you could sponge it on. But I was able to get this fully opaque in 3 coats, and I really did like how the end results of this polish. It had that squishy nature like the Halloween Haddonfield had, where you could see all of the glitters throughout that orange jelly base. And I love jelly sandwiches, so that's the reason why I feel very drawn to these glitters and jelly bases. I would definitely pick this up because in my opinion it's a unique polish, and I think it's worth it having it in your collection. So that's everything that I picked up from Pretty Serious Cosmetics. Overall, I'm in love with this company. They not only do really good creams, but they do very unique glitters in my opinion. They like to play around with different types of glitters. So they have glass flecks, iridescent glitters, shards, multi-size glitters, holographic glitters, shimmers. They like to play around with all different types of finishes, and they do it all really well. There was only one polish in here that I wasn't 100% impressed with, and that was HTF. But even then, it's still a very unique polish. So even though I wasn't extremely impressed with it, I'm still glad that I have it in my collection. Their customer service is just great. When I emailed them about the postcard, they responded immediately on the same day, and they were like, yeah, sure, you know, as long as we have it in stock, we'll send you out the postcard. Again, I was impressed with the shipping time. I was impressed with the packaging. Just overall really impressed with this company. So that's it for my haul. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys like hauls, and make sure to subscribe so you get notifications of any future videos that I post. I am posting currently about 2 to 3 times a week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.